All right, a new study found that more than 30% of people in Gen Z are not saving for retirement, and a lot of them are stressed out about making ends meet with high inflation. Our financial expert, Mark Triplett from Triplett Westendorf Financial Group, joins us now with tips to help Gen Zers get their finances back on track. So why is Gen Z struggling with their finances?
Well, so Gen Z ranges from folks born in 1997 through 2012. So this is like middle schoolers, like my son, all the way through folks who have just graduated perhaps from college, right during the period of time when the pandemic was in full force. They faced layoffs, high inflation, wild swings on Wall Street. And I think that's knocked a lot of them kind of for a loop. A recent survey suggested that about 50% of them think their salary isn't enough to meet their financial goals. And that makes starting healthy habits, savings habits, really difficult when you just feel like you're in despair from that point.
Oh yeah, because you think of, millennials and up. I mean, the pandemic and all the volatility that came with that hits us at very different stages in life, probably more established careers, and they just don't have that, and the world is changing so fast. What can Gen Z do to catch up on their retirement savings?
Well, first of all, is just build those saving habits. So save early, save often, even if it's a little bit. I mean, something that might be seemingly insignificant can build that healthy habit for the future. And make sure that if you can, make increasing contributions to your savings as your lifestyle increases, or pardon me, as your income increases, rather than having your lifestyle increase. We call that lifestyle creep when you do start earning more income and you start to then expand your lifestyle and spend that money and get in that cycle of paycheck to paycheck. But if you can set yourself up to make contributions that are increasing as you go along, then that'll be a good way to get started as well. And then avoid making withdrawals from your retirement accounts. It's very tempting. The Secure Act 2.0 that was just passed at the end of last year has a provision that allows you to access up to $1,000 of your retirement account for emergency purposes without penalty. But just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
Really strive to set up an emergency account rather than rating your future.
This makes me think back to the way I was taught to save it. My first bank account was Wells Fargo, and the consultant there was like, hey, we have an automated savings plan if you can, just afford $25 a month, as when I was a kid with my first job. And over the course of even my 20s, that added up, and it was kind of just you do not touch that account. And then the conversation, as the saying goes, pay yourself first every time your paycheck comes through, just setting aside some for savings and then retirement. How can they make room in their budgets for saving? We're all so strapped, it's sometimes not feasible, but what's something small we can do?
Well, a couple of things. I think create a spending plan. Oh, the B word, budget. If you haven't done so, we have a download on our website where you can download a copy of a spending plan and get started. But just creating a monthly cost of living for yourself and then live within it. And then look for those maybe subscriptions that you signed up for, maybe a few dollars here, a few dollars there. You're not even enjoying the benefits of them, and get rid of those. Those all add up pretty significantly as well, and try to trim some of that fat out of your spending.
Yeah, it ends up just money down the toilet. You don't even see it. Where can folks find you before we go?
They can visit us at triplett-westendorf.com for some great tips out there.
You always remind me, I need to slow down the spending. Eating out is my big one. I gotta reel it in with that. It doesn't help that I don't cook. Great tips as always. Thank you so much for your insight.
Thanks for having me, Samantha.